I'm Katie Bavard, and welcome to Podcast Salad, the video podcast about video podcasting. It's time to mix up some fresh podcast salad. In the news this week, YouTube has announced on its blog the decision to elevate some of its most popular content creators to partners, allowing them to begin utilizing their revenue-sharing programs. According to YouTube, once user partners have selected a video to be monetized, we'll place advertising adjacent to their content so participating user partners can reap the rewards from their work. Presidential candidate Barack Obama sent a letter to DNC Chairman Howard Dean requesting that presidential debate footage be available to citizens under a Creative Commons or a public domain license. Because all citizens should have equal access to politicians arguing, right? NASA is breaking out of the white short sleeve shirt and black tie image with a new video podcast. NASA Edge provides an offbeat look at NASA and space news. Does this prove that rocket scientists may actually have a sense of humor? NASA isn't the only space news podcast with a sense of humor. News in Space is a video podcast that looks at space from a podcast point of view.
This is exciting. We're here with a brand new publication devoted to astronomy hardware, astronomy technology today. I'm here with Gary Parkerson, editor. Gary, can you talk to me a bit about this new product?
Absolutely. Our first issue is April. We're premiering it here at the NEAF show. It's a monthly publication. It is print, and we're just excited to be here. The response has been very good. We've sold lots of subscriptions, and folks can go to www.astronomytechnologytoday.com and subscribe.
News in space is one thing. News in bikinis is something else entirely. Bikini News brings us news and humor in a two-piece bathing suit.
Hello and welcome to Bikini News. Our top story. A German entrepreneur's unique service delivering breakup messages for a fee has earned him tens of thousands of dollars in the past year. Hey Jen, that's just like when you did singing telegrams for that gynecologist.
Ready? Okay. You've got the clap, you've got the clap. Good thing you got a clap, because now you know you've got the clap.
Kinda makes you wonder how big their female audience is. You may remember Amber Mack from the Command in Tech podcast. Well, now she's on WebNation, a video podcast about all things web. WebNation is produced by a Toronto, Canada TV station that also broadcasts the show.
I'm here with Mike Pegg, who runs a blog called Google Maps Mania that's all about Google Maps. Now, we just saw a story about Google Earth in the Sudan, but there are also a lot of things happening in the news arena with Google Maps in terms of news items like school shootings.
Yeah, definitely. Google's created a way for people to open up Google Maps and make their own map of different points. So a few examples are school shootings and the locations of those school shootings plotted onto a Google Map interface. There's also some that actually mash up news sources and plot where those news stories have taken place, again, on a Google Map.
A lot of us read The Onion newspaper for all of our pseudo news. Did you know that The Onion has a video podcast now? Here's the latest headline.
Gap Kids, the popular children's clothing store, rolled out a new line of apparel this week that's sure to be the must-have fashion trend for the under 10 set. Brian Scott has the story.
It's a simple idea, a line of clothing sewn by children, some as young as 6 years old, halfway around the world. Gap calls this innovation for kids, by kids.
This just in, ogres and onions, more than just a simile. Ogres have layers, donkey. Just like Podcast Salad covers new video podcasts, the Political Lunch video podcast covers politics at lunchtime. On the East Coast anyways. Just make sure you have your salad before your lunch.
Welcome back to Political Lunch. In just a moment, we'll give you a full recap of last night's debate, but first let's talk about the Politico.com.
Now, Last night we had great hopes for the upstart political site's role in the first GOP presidential debate. Just look at this special page they set up, promising to stream the debate, accept viewer questions, live blog, whatever you wanted, they had it.
Now the first problem though was the streaming. It just kept restarting. So MSNBC was wrapping up, Chris Matthews was still explaining what the little lights meant. And eventually the whole thing just stopped working altogether.
If you have a question, would like to see your video podcast featured, or if you want to sponsor an episode of Podcast Salad, you can contact us by emailing katie@podcastsalad.com. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Podcast Salad. Next one. Kind of makes you wonder how big their female audience is, doesn't it? Kind of makes... Are those stretch marks? No, just...
That's kind of funny. That's a little funny. Right there.
Alright. Kind of makes you wonder how big their female audience is, doesn't it?